Good morning, everybody. It is April 20th, and this is Monday Morning Manifesting. And I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Good morning. It's Kelly Walker, and I am the Queen of Manifesting. And it is Monday, April 20th, 2020. And I am going to start by pulling a card from my deck for the group. So let's see what cards you all need to hear today. All right. I'm setting the intention that this is a perfect card for the people in my group today. I love this one. This one's going to scare some of you, I think. All right, here it is. I'm going to try to hold it still for you. I recognize and rejoice in the gifts I have been given. That's what you say. So say it 3 times, regular, loud, and in a whisper. And then do it. The action step is make a post on social media listing 5 gifts you have. Be brave. I know that's a scary one. And then ask others to list theirs. Awesome. Okay. I recognize and rejoice in the gifts I've been given. And then make a post on social media listing 5 gifts you have. Be brave and ask others to list theirs. Oh, that's a good one. All right. Who's going to do that? Who accepts that today? Who was that meant for? Did anyone especially say, ooh, that's for me? I am going to switch over on my phone so that I can see comments because I'm not seeing any comments yet. All right, I'm going to stick my phone right there. Right there. Look at me all multi-monitoring my stuff. Uh-oh. Okay. Touched something I shouldn't have touched. All right, that's not going to work. I'll put it down here. All right. Well, no, I'll put it over here. There we go. Perfect. All right. We're in business now. Sarah is here. Jennifer, Nina. Awesome, you guys. All right. So, first of all, let me tell you a couple things. A couple announcements from the Queendom. Okay, that's fun to say. Announcements from the Queendom. I should do that every week. Anyway, so announcements from the Queendom. Next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, not in 2 days, in 9 days, Lynn and I are doing our first joint webinar. I'm super excited about it because Lynn has been working on the 5 kinds of abundance. So like that's going to be his thing. And so he has been studying money a lot too. So we are going to do a webinar together, which we've never done before. And it's going to be super intense, 3 hours. And it's going to be Wednesday from 3 to 6. And we're doing it 3 just for Dory Woodbury. Because she's like, if you do it in the afternoon, do it after 3. So we're going to do it from 3 to 6, Wednesday the 29th. It is $37. It is 3 hours. It is hardcore money stuff. So it's going to be super good. And at that webinar, we will teach you how to get my new deck of cards. So Lynn and I spent the weekend designing a new deck of cards. And it is so cool. Oh my gosh. It has money on it. It's called Manifesting Money. I wanted to call it Manifesting Millions. But Lynn was like, if somebody only makes like $100,000 a year from this deck of cards, they're going to be really sad that they didn't make $1 million. And I was like, oh, good point. So we're calling it Manifesting Money instead of Manifesting Millions. So it's going to be awesome. And so we'll tell you at the webinar how to get it. And spoiler alert, it's not the regular size, it's the big size, like this. So like almost twice as big. So it's going to be like the big Oracle card size deck. I'm so excited. So anyway, tune in on the 29th to hear how to get that deck. And if you need the link for the webinar, I will post it again in the group. Okay, so that's the first announcement. Second announcement. So I know a bunch of you, when I would go to London to speak, you'd be like, "Oh, take me with you. I want to go to London." So good news, I guess. Sad news for me, kind of, but good news for you. My next London gig got turned into a virtual online only event. So I will be posting about that today. Tickets are free, and so you can see me speak in London for free. But it's a really cool. It's like a so the my friend that is organizing it. She is a keto coach, and she used to be an aerobics instructor. So she's like mega healthy, and she will be. I think she has maybe 20 different presenters. It's going to be amazing. But everything from like yoga to keto to mindset, meditation, manifesting, it's going to be awesome. So, all different ways to take care of yourself. And so, I'll be posting a link to that. So, get registered for free. You can watch it for free. Or there's also a VIP option where you like get all the recordings and you get lots of other goodies. So I'll post the link to both so you can decide which ticket you want. And finally, see me speak in London. So I'll be the only American. The other speakers, except for one, are all British, so you'll get to hear fun accents. And the other non-American is Australian, so that's going to be super fun. I'm the only American speaker there. Um, all right, so let me see. Any more? Okay. Lynn, my husband's excited too. I'm glad you're excited too, honey. It's going to be awesome. All right. So I want to talk about consistency. So remember this month we've been talking about growing your influence, making money so that you can grow your influence, growing your influence so you can make more money and help more people. It's all connected. Manifesting influence is completely tied up with manifesting money. They go together, they result in each other, they're cause and effect, and they're partners and everything. So they're super connected. Because if you want to influence more people for good, you do kind of need money in the world. You need to be able to do things that cost money. So that's why we've been mixing money in with influence this month, because they are very tied together. So I want to talk about consistency. Consistency with money and consistency with showing up as an influencer. Now, I know that as humans, we get super excited about something and we're so good at it for like 2 weeks. And then we're like, oh, I think I'll take a day off today. I think I'll take a skip day. And then I'll take another skip day. And then you'll have a skip week. And then you completely lose your momentum and you stop showing up. You stop doing the things you're supposed to do. You just stop. And you go back to the pre-influencer you and stop offering things for sales. Stop offering your services. Stop trying to get clients. Stop showing up on social media, and then you're sad and you feel like a failure, and then blah. So consistency is the key to having success as an influencer and having success with your money. You've got to be consistent. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my consistency history. And it's been spotty, but I can teach you this confidently because I have seen the results both directions. when I am consistent versus when I am like, oh, I'll just take a skip day, which turns into a skip week. Okay. So, as I don't know if you guys all know this, I started out 3 years ago, last month. So, March 2017, I was in a deep, deep depression. I'd been fired from my job because I had gone into a deep, deep depression and stopped working basically. And then I went home, got worse, got way worse. And I got invited to Master Your Influence. I had no idea what that was. I'd never heard of Kirk Duncan. I didn't even know they had such things as personal development seminars. And I was like, what? Okay, I'll go, I guess. When I'm fired, I can get the time off pretty easily now. Got nothing better to do. So I went and, completely changed my life. And I decided soon after that, when I started going to a seminar every single month. And I decided that I wanted to be the person on stage. I wanted to be Kirk Duncan. I've been doing this a lot today. That bugs me. I'm going to stop. I want to be like Kirk Duncan. Like I want to be the female Kirk Duncan or the female Chris Crone, So I was so impressed by them and the power they had on stage to literally change people's lives in one seminar because they did mine completely. So I was like, okay, how can I do this? What's my plan? And so I got into the training. I started doing all the trainings. But in the meantime, I didn't want to go back to work. So I started an online store, which many of you know was a mermaid store. And the mermaid store was a pain in my booty, big time. And yeah, it was rough. I ended up pretty much in the hole on that. If you add up all the training I paid for and all the product and Facebook ads, pretty sure I ended up in the negative on that. But I I eventually got all my training done, my speaker training, my coach training, and everything. And so then I started to shift. I was like, okay, the mermaid store is crap. It just makes me mad. Except for the mermaid cruise ended up being a mixed bag. But anyway, whole different story. So then I was like, okay, what do I need to start doing to shift into getting paid as a coach and a speaker? Because here I'm done with all these programs. I've graduated everything and I'm ready to go. I'm like, okay, now what? And so I started this group. I actually started this group right when I started my training. So June 2017, I started my first coaching program that I was a student in. And then I started my Facebook group. And it's really funny. If you look at my, what is it, like the insights of my group for like, I don't even know how long, it's really long, for like the first maybe 9 months, it's like nothing, no growth at all. And it was just kind of like almost a flat line, but not quite. And, I was doing Monday morning manifestings. Hardly anybody was ever there. I was usually by myself. But I kept doing it. I did not give up. Every Monday morning, I showed up and I taught something on manifesting, no matter what, every Monday, even if I was alone. And so this June will be 3 years of me showing up every week in this group, doing a free manifesting class, and doing, sorry, I just saw Lynn's comment. The Mermaid Store is a great example of why it's important to pick out good mentors and what can happen if you don't. Oh, honey, it's so true. But you know what? Learning experience. That was an expensive lesson, but very well learned. Hi, Danielle. Okay, so anyway, back to the story. So this June will be my 3-year anniversary. And, you guys know I will always be here Monday morning at 9:30 doing this, unless I am on an airplane or on a cruise ship with no internet. Otherwise, I am always here doing this Monday mornings at 9:30 because I decided to be consistent. And oh my gosh, it has paid off. This group is almost 1,000 people now. And I am just going to tell you, I don't know if I should tell you this. Should I tell you this? Let me check in. All right, I'll tell you this. So when uh, I keep some tracking sheets, and I was looking the other day, and in January of 2018, I made $168 in my coaching business. And so this going around to last month, every month I add up how much money I made. It was almost 5 figures in 1 month. So from coaching, and all my coaching clients come through my Facebook group, or else when I speak, and then they join my Facebook group. So everything is funneled through my Facebook group. And I went from making $168 a month to almost $10,000 a month last month. So consistency is so important. You cannot reach your financial goals if you are not consistent. You cannot reach your influencer goals if you are not consistent. I went from a tiny little group to almost 1,000, and you guys are pretty engaged. Like there's a lot of people in here that really want to learn how to improve their money and their influence, get more clients, build their business, and they engage with me, and it's awesome. And I love this group so much. But if I weren't consistent, if I just showed up every now and then, would you guys show up? Would you guys take me seriously as a coach? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't take me seriously because I wasn't consistent in my commitment to show up on a regular basis. So consistency is huge, and it's also scary. Oh, Lynn, let's do a membership drive and get it to 1,000 quality people. That's a great idea. Oh, Sarah, you're so sweet. What was I saying? I totally got distracted. First time watching. Oh, Danielle, awesome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So what was I going to say? Oh, so how do you be consistent when it's scary? What the thing that I see the most often as a coach among my clients is when they stop being consistent, it's because they get scared. And I think the number one fear is what people are thinking about them. Do you guys ever worry about what people think about you? Do you worry about what people will think if you show up on a Facebook Live talking about something that you're interested in? Are you worried people will be like, well, who do they think they are? Oh, aren't they Mr. Fancy Pants thinking they should go live on Facebook? Is that what you think people are thinking? I bet it is, because I've had so many clients be super scared of that. And they're like, but if I go on live on Facebook, all my other friends will see it. Like people that aren't business prospects will see it. And I'm like, I know, it's awesome, right? And they are scared because you guys know that whole thing where wherever you grow up, if you suddenly become awesome and powerful and rich and famous or whatever, the people in your town are like super weird to you. It's like that prophet in their own country. I don't know the saying. Somebody put the saying in the chat. But we worry so much about the people that we already know and how they're going to judge us that we forget about all the people that are waiting for us to show up and be the influencer we're supposed to be. There are people we are meant to touch, people we are meant to motivate, people we are meant to give hope to. And if we're worried about what our neighbor thinks about us so much that we never do it, how sad is that? How sad is you being too scared of what other people think about you to get on Facebook, make your posts, offer your products and services, and help the people you were sent here to help? It's so important. It is so important to let go of worrying what other people are thinking about you. And you know what? I'll tell you something I know for sure. Most people don't care a bit what you're doing because they're too worried about themselves. They're too worried about what other people are thinking of them to think bad things about you. Newsflash. So when you start to stop yourself from influencing the way you know you're supposed to be influencing, think about that. Think about why you let your fear of your board members or your ex-boyfriend or your mother-in-law or whoever it is you're worried about. Think about why their opinion of you is outweighing your calling to help people, your mission that you need to serve in this world. Ask yourself why those people's opinions are more important than that. Because they're not. When you ask yourself that, you'll figure it out, because they're not more important. In fact, they probably don't give a flip what you're doing either. They're probably too worried, being embarrassed about themselves. And if they are super judgy of you, who cares? Let it go. It's none of your business what other people think about you. I've heard that many times from a very good mentor. It is none of your business what other people think about you. I love that. Oh, Lynn, thank you, thank you. Okay, Lynn posted it. Mark 6, 4-6 in the Bible. But Jesus said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but in his own country and among his own kin and in his own house. Right? That is so true. You've got to branch out and find the people you're here to serve, and it's most likely not your neighbors. I'm sorry to tell you that. There'll be some cases where it is your neighbors, and that's awesome, but it's usually not. All right, let's see. Oh, Sarah, you're welcome. Janice, it scares me to ask for money. You know what? Lynn and I are going to be talking about that in our webinar next Wednesday. The fear of asking for money. That's a big one. You guys, I see that so much. Even I still have it sometimes. That's a big one to overcome, and it's super common. Asking for money. And you know what it all boils down to is if you're scared to ask money, if you're scared to ask for money, what it means is that you don't feel like you have enough value to get paid. So when you are having fear of charging, of asking people for money, it's because you don't feel like you have enough value yourself. And you guys, I'm not making you do this. I'm not assigning this because it's horrifying. But one of my coaches, and I've had some amazing coaches, you guys, one of my coaches made me go to a public place and ask 10 people for $1. It was the most horrible thing I've ever had to do. And the looks some of the people gave me were horrifying. And the rejections I got were humiliating. And oh man, it was so good for me to practice being rejected. It's so good to just get it, just get a whole bunch of it, get used to it, build up a skin to it, and then it's a lot easier after that to charge for your products and services. So I'm not telling you to do it, but if you want to do it, highly recommend it. So, and if you missed that story, I wrote a whole huge blog post about it. And it's in my upcoming book too. So it was a really, really interesting experience. And I had no trouble charging for money after that ever again. Because, whoo, I got some really harsh rejections. And when I posted about it, I got some really harsh reactions from people who thought it was ridiculously rude and insensitive of me to ask people for $1 when I didn't need $1. That opened a whole new can of worms. So, lesson is learn your value, learn to accept rejection, and asking for money will be a lot easier. But the webinar next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, it's in 9 days, April 29th. Lynn and I are going to go in depth for 3 hours on money. It's going to be amazing. And you guys, when Lynn and I started being coached, he started with me. He went to my third. So I went to one every month starting March 2017. He went to my third one, and then he went to almost every one after that too. And he's been through lots of the coaching with me. He's had his own coach now, and wow, our money has changed so much over the last 3 years. It's crazy. I used to feel completely mystified by money. I did not understand it. I didn't know how to get it. I didn't know how to keep it. I didn't know how to manage it. And then, now I'm up to making almost 10,000 a month, and my goal is 10,000 a week, and I'm getting there. So anyway, come to our webinar Wednesday the 29th. I'll drop another link, and you'll learn there how to get our new exclusive tarot-sized money card, money deck, manifesting money. They're not tarot cards, but that's that size. That's what that size is called. So they're like 3x6 kind of, but they're going to be big, and they're super cute, and they have money on them. Anyway, so that's $37. I will put the link again, and so come join us for that. Start making a list of questions that you've got, because we're having a big Q&A session at the money webinar too. All right. Let's see, what time is it? 9:59. If you are in my advanced manifesting group, we meet in 1 minute via Zoom call. And we do a mastermind each week where we pick one person and do a belief breakthrough or whatever they need, and it's super awesome. And if you want to join that, the price is going up next month. Right now it's $100 to join for a year, and next month it's going up to $200 for a year. So if you want to get in that this month, better go quick, because in May it goes up to $200 a month. $200 a year, and it's going to keep going up. I used to charge $50 a month, so $10 a month was my introductory price for this, but it's quickly going to go up. So if you want in, get in quick, because next month it doubles. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for participating. And I like what Lynn said about a membership drive. Let's get to 1,000. Remember, when you invite a member to join, when you invite a friend to join the group, they have to answer the 3 questions, or I don't let them in. So I had a list of like 11 people that I gave them 2 weeks and they never answered the questions. So I declined them all. Sorry. But they can always re-ask to join. I didn't ban them. I just said decline, because that list of unanswered join requests drives me crazy. It's like clutter. So I had to decline everyone. So make sure that if you invite anybody, you tell them you have to answer the 3 membership questions to get in. Okay, so Advanced Manifesting Group, I will see you in 1 minute in Zoom, and it is my usual Advanced Manifesting Group Zoom link. So I'll see you in a second. Could someone prepay for 2 years at the current price? I'm going to say yes. Good question, Lynn. All right, I love you guys. I will see you later. and have a great week. All right. I'll see ya. Bye.